Riots case hearing in the top court of the country is finally over. The judgment has been reserved by the top court of the country. The advocates have appeared from both the sides, and the order that has been written down says that advocates appearing for both the sides have argued for considerable length of time, have produced authorities' memo, short synopsis. For the purpose of convenience, it was taken on record. We call upon the lawyers from amongst themselves. We'll give the documents. ASG Raju has asked for some time. And the big news coming in, there will be a decision before the 18th of December. A decision in the Delhi riots bail hearing case before the 18th of December. That's the big news coming in right now. So let me tell our viewers the big breaking news that's coming in right now in the Delhi riots case. A story broken right here on Republic TV, followed extensively right here from 2020. And today, once the arguments are over, the court says before the 18th of December, and I'll request my director to even put out this breaking news before the 18th of December. Before the Supreme Court goes into vacations, there will be a verdict in this case. That means any time from today to the 18th of December, the Supreme Court of India is going to give a verdict in the Delhi riots case. Now, let me quickly tell our viewers what this really entails. There's a judgment in the bail plea on Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam. The Supreme Court has reserved the case, this judgment in the bail plea hearings, and we'll put it out, judgment reserved not only in the 2020 riots case, but in the bail plea hearings in the 2020 riots case. Viewers, Sharjeel Imam, Umar Khalid and others have been in prison. They've been in prison for the activities they planned in 2020. Republic TV showed you the kind of conspiracy that they had planned not only in 2020 but even before. The affidavit filed by the Delhi police in the Supreme Court very clearly said they had planned to have a regime change in India, which means they wanted the government change very seriously because they wanted it done internationally with international support. Similarly, that was done in Nepal and Bangladesh. With such serious charges, when rag magazines and international magazines and papers like Washington Times and New York Times say that these people need to be given bail, they need to understand they don't interfere in the affairs of this country because we are talking about terrorists. The Delhi police and the ASG appearing for them and the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta has very clearly said when they wanted a regime change operation, they wanted to change our government, they wanted a pan-India riot, they wanted a chakka jam pan-India. Let me also go across to Shambi, my colleague, joining us on the story. Shambi, what is it that's been said? Because the big breaking news that's coming today is before the 18th of December, there's going to be a verdict in the Delhi riots case. What happened in the case today?
Well, yes, yesterday just the petitioners ended the argument, and today it was the Delhi police's turn, and we already know that Delhi police had already just a few days ago filed a very detailed affidavit claiming and pointing out each of its arguments and making sure that the bail, they're not given the bail in this case. Now, it was Delhi police's turn today to make its argument where it was said, this entire, and this has been a point which has been constant since day one of the hearing, whether it's in High Court or Supreme Court, that this was not something that happened in the heat of the moment. This was a planned conspiracy. This was a planned conspiracy and a coordinated attack. And this entire act, this riot, which was caused by the few members, be it Umar Khalid, Sharjeel Imam, and others in the case who are due for bail, this was a coordinated attack to make sure that India is embarrassed globally. Because if we remember, that was a time when the US president was set to visit India, and the timing of it seemed to be a little too convenient, and this was a pre-planned conspiracy made or prepared to embarrass India globally or pull it down in its position. And also several other arguments which was made yesterday about the fact about one of the accused not being present at the location, especially Umar Khalid. This argument was made from Umar Khalid's end that Umar Khalid was not present in Delhi when this riot actually happened. So how can he be associated in this matter? But today even Delhi police has raised several arguments saying that this was a lot of days in making. Several inflammatory speeches was made by Umar Khalid and even Sharjeel Imam for that matter. has called for things like chakka jam, which is basically blocking the traffic to make sure for a riot or for some kind of for making
for making sure that the point is put across. So Delhi police has very strongly again made its point, saying that what these people have been claiming about the absence of the accused in the place when the riot happened, or there were several other arguments made by the petitioners that some of them, they've just participated in one or two meetings of this riot and they were not actually physically present in the riot. So how can they be put in jail for more than 5 years as once? So huge points made by Delhi police today, and this is a huge breaking that any time before 18th of December, the judgment of this bail plea will be out. Back to you.
Shambi, for giving us those details. A top focus on Republic TV, not today, but has been for the past 5 years when these riots took place. We were the first channel to clearly tell you these are not CAA protests, but these are targeted at a more sinister plan.